Hey everybody, hope everybody's having a great day on Friday. I'm so looking forward to this weekend. Can't wait for today to be over. I just want to pop in real quick because we have just a couple things before I head to a meeting at noon. We're recording the next episode of the podcast this weekend, be recording it on Sunday, and we're going to be breaking down our interview with Mark Van Olen from TOPS. So for those of you who haven't had a chance to listen to the podcast yet, I'll share it again so you can listen to the full interview. It's about 50 minutes, full of just under an hour, just full of information you're going to need to know for Autograph Hall celebration, not just the guests, but just what goes into it. He says a lot. And Mark is really good about saying things without actually saying them. So we're going to really break down some things that he alluded to in the podcast that didn't just come out and say. So we'll be talking about that. So catch up if you can before this weekend, because on Monday we'll drop that next episode of the podcast. We have already lined up our next guest, who will be in early March, who is another integral part of Autograph Hall and for Celebration, for the last several celebrations. He plays a key role, and I won't say who it is yet, but you'll hear that announcement very soon. And look forward to talking to him about his end of Autograph Hall Celebration. So keep tuned for that. We have a ton of new members from the Star Wars Celebration 2019 Facebook page. Thank you all who have joined us. Just so you know a little bit about Star Wars Autograph News. So you know, I'm Frank. I started the website in 2011. I am a lifelong Star Wars fan. Star Wars came out, I was 5 years old in 1977. And I have been a Star Wars fan ever since. So I am absolutely a Star Wars fan first, an autograph collector second. I am not the world expert on Star Wars autographs by any means. I love Star Wars. I know a lot about autograph collecting, a lot about Star Wars, but my role is to find those people who do have that expertise and make them accessible to you. So we have, in addition to, we have a website, obviously, StarWarsAutographNews.com. We're not just a social media account, a Facebook group, or anything like that. We tie everything back to the website, including our podcast, which we started in 2013. Off and on over that time, it hasn't been consistent at all. We wish it had been. But now we are at a weekly format, about a 1 hour show every week. That's we're very happy with, and just started that recently. So you're getting in here at a very good time. So we on the podcast, our podcast hosts are also our moderators here in the group, Graham Miles, and Stuart Hopper, and Kathy Simpson. So get to know them in the group. And just so you know, this group, the Facebook page group for the website, you're going to hear me say in podcasts, in the group, one word more than anything else, and that's community, because that's what's important to me. We want, as a community, if somebody gets an autograph, a new autograph to their collection, whether it's someone that's fairly common or it's, you know, Alec Guinness or somebody that's, you know, everybody wants, we're happy for them. There is no competition in this group. I don't care how many autographs you have. Meaning, if you're still trying to get your first one, awesome, we're going to try to help you to get more. If you have thousands, that's great. Share your experience with us. But there's a lot of competition in this hobby. You know, a lot of hobbies, right? That doesn't exist here. The most means nothing. The best means nothing. How can you help the community? How can you share your experiences? Sometimes sharing those, you know, new autographs, it helps to motivate the rest of people. That's great. There's no judging. There's no disrespect. I've never had an issue with that. And that's one of the things I'm most proud of about this group, is the mutual respect that people have for each other. That's essential. So those people that are new coming in, you're coming into a group that is well established. People know it's a safe place to ask questions. That, again, there's no competition. There's no, again, no disrespect. It is you know, it's obviously it's my group. It's a place I like to spend time with. a place I like to be and read your questions, respond what I can. Can't always. I try to keep up with everything. It's a lot. There's a lot going on. So just keep that in mind. We're very happy to have you. Thank you all who've been sharing the podcast, sharing the group. Thank you to Spencer, who is one of the moderators at that Star Wars Celebration 2019 Facebook group, who sent a lot of you here. Spencer's a great guy, somebody I met here. We both live in the same state, and we met at a convention. One of those things, like, make friends with the people that are in line with you. Hey, Neil. Still, you have any of those VIP tickets left? Not that I can go, but I know you're selling out of those VIP tickets for Star Wars Fan Fun Day. This is a great example. So we have people that are Star Wars fans first, but they do so many great things in our hobby. Neil is a tremendous Star Wars fan, and he runs him and a good friend of his, Paul. They run one of the best Star Wars conventions where you can get autographs in the world. And that's Star Wars Fan Fun Day in Burnley, England. Member of the group, you'll get to talk to people like Neil. So it's we try to be welcoming. You're not going to see some of the things you see in other places where you get yelled at. All right, 50% left. Those won't last. Those won't last at all. Neil, I went to his, Neil they do a dinner with his show. So this is one of the things you get to learn just from being on the podcast. So part of Neil's show is a dinner that you sit at a table with one of the actors. And it's awesome. You know, I got to sit with Dave Prowse the year I went. It was back in 2012. I just started the website a few months earlier. And Neil was very gracious. It's an amazing event. So if you're out, you know, this is a show to travel to. And that's the things you learn from being in the group. It's just, you know, we all get to know each other. And again, community, there's no competition, mutual respect. I think in all the time I've had this group that goes to the website, I've kicked one person out. They were rude, and that was it. So that's one of the things when you have a lot of new people coming into a group that we want to make sure. You better only 8 tickets left. You better grab them. So tempting. I wish I could go. I wish I had that kind of money. I could just say, I'm going to Burnley this year. When you have new people coming in and a lot of new people coming into a group, it's just important that people get on the same page and they understand the expectations and what we have set up here. And so we're going to have a lot of people that are going to ask you questions about Celebration. This is obviously it's coming up soon, and we're going to do our best to answer those questions. And just sometimes some groups, when a question's asked, you know, maybe it's been asked again, and there's a response that's less than kind about, did you do a search and things like that. I'm not a big fan of that because that takes away from the sense of community. People have to be able to feel comfortable asking questions here. It's always been a safe place for people to do that because, again, there's no conflict. We don't compete with anybody here. We're not competing with each other. This is an autograph collecting community where we support each other. If you get a new autograph, I'm happy for you. I can't get as many autographs as I'd like to. So when somebody else gets one and I get to see it, sometimes I share it in the group, I'm happy for them and I feel good because somebody in the community is adding to their collection. All right, that's what we should have here. Am I going to the multi-group bash, like the 501st and the Rebel Legion? I don't know. Are you going, Neil? I might. I'm still on the fence about it. I went last year with the last time with Weird Al. I've gone to a couple of them. It was just 501st. I like, you know, the parties after Celebration. Like Celebration doesn't end at whatever 7 o'clock. There's so much going on through that week. I'm still thinking about it. I'll let you know soon. I hope to. You know, we'll see. Just another thing. So we're gonna see. You know, we're gonna see each other in Chicago. Please, I had one person say, I saw you in Orlando and I was afraid to come up and say hi to you. You don't know me in person, but believe me, you can come up and say hi to me. I love it when people recognize me from Star Wars Autograph News. Very approachable. Very happy to say hi to you, take a picture with you, anything like that. But I apologize, like I said the other day, I apologize in advance. When I see you and you comment in my group, I can't even see your face on the little circle there, right? So I'm probably not gonna recognize you by face, especially if your profile picture isn't you. But your name, I almost guarantee I'll recognize your name because I do pay attention to who's in the group, who's making comments, those types of things. So just say hi. That's the best. And the reason why I have this group is, it's not necessary for my website, but I wanted a way to be able to interact with people. It's no fun just putting the news out, and there's more news than ever. Each year that I do this, there's just so much news. There's people doing signings that I'm just hearing about, where before when I started, I knew everybody that was doing signings, but public signings. There's a lot of private groups that keep their things to themselves, but now it's hard to keep up. So it's a lot of news. Just I want to get the news out so you can add to your collection. That's what Star Wars Autograph News is. It's not me showing off a collection or anything like that. It's, here's a signing, here's a sale, here's a convention appearance. Maybe you're near there. And I started the site because I had, it was 2011, I just attended a local show here, just outside of Boston. And Billy D. Williams was there. And I found out that show had been going on for years. Every year there was a Star Wars guest there. I had no idea. And I live 10 miles west of Boston. So I was, thinking, if I don't know these appearances are happening, or these actors are coming, then, I'm right in Boston. There's other people in more rural areas that they don't know either. So that's kind of how it started. I was looking at a pile of autographs that I got that weekend. And I said, I'm going to make a website. I've never made a website before. So I made a website about Star Wars autographs and how you can add to your collection. And then a couple of years went by, I said, I think we should do a podcast. And I said, well, we're going to make a podcast. So Google how to make a podcast. Google how to make a website. That's all this is. Because again, Star Wars fan first, autograph collector second. It's just a great joy. But there's things that you'll find, people ask for advice and people ask about, how should we do this? And there's no right way to collect. And that's something you'll see. We're not here to tell you how to collect. We're not here to tell you who to collect. If you like, you collect what you like. That's our philosophy. That's, there's things that we've done, you'll see in other collectors, and the collectors have been doing this a lot longer than I have, who have learned, like everything else, you learn by your mistakes. So I might share that. I might say, at C5, I started a multi-piece on Java on an 8x10. And if I had gone back, I wouldn't do that. So I might tell you, hey, if you're doing a multi-piece, don't do it on an 8x10. It doesn't look, it looks better on a bigger piece. But nobody's going to tell you how to collect or what you should collect or judge you for the way you collect. There's so many different ways that people do it. That's one of the joys that I have with this. When I see people collecting things that I would never think to collect, or ways, and it might be very different. But that's what makes it interesting, and that's what I love about this group and the project. So Planner will be doing, we have 5 more podcast episodes before Celebration. There's going to be a lot coming out, a lot of articles. Please keep reading and sharing. My stories are getting, I did one the other day, it already has like 1,000 views, which is, it's really good for us. So what I want to say is welcome and thank you all who've been here. Some of you are here right now watching that have been with me since the first day I started this, and some of you are brand new. And all the support. When I started this, I would say, well, maybe if 100 people like this page, or if 100 people, if it reaches 100 people, I'll be happy. But it's become much more than I ever dreamed it would be. So. And a lot of that's because people, the support I get from you guys. So I got to go to meetings. I got to drive out to another city for a meeting. So again, catch up on the podcast if you haven't had a chance to watch it yet, because we are going to be breaking down what Mark said. And it's not going to be all Celebration news this time. We're going to do about half the show Celebration, and half there's a lot of other things going on that we have to catch up on because we used the whole hour for Mark last week. And that's it. So hope you enjoy it. Thank you. The downloads for this interview with Mark are beyond anything we've seen so far. So thank you for your support. Okay. And welcome to the group for those of you who are new. That's it. Gotta go. Have a great weekend, everybody. And I'll catch you soon. We'll touch base next week when I drop the podcast. And great weekend, and may the force be with you.